How's it going, guys? Alpha here, bringing you my NPL Week 4 battle, and this week we take on our good friend Nick and his Texas Tyrantrums. Go check him out at his channel, Reckless Bat. So yeah, if you see my team builder, you know what I'm bringing, except for, I think, only one small change, I'm pretty sure. I switched U-turn for Taunt on Tornadus. That'll definitely have an impact in this game, as we'll see. But you see his team, and it's interesting because I didn't exactly prep for this. I was pretty sure the Behemoth was going to come because it 6-0s me, which is ridiculous to say, but that's what happens when you don't have a dark type. I was pretty certain I was going to see the Clefable and the Mega Venusaur and the Thunderous. It was hit or miss with the Arcanine and the Hawlucha. I could have also seen the Quagsire coming. There was something else too, I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, you see his team. And, well, I kind of looked at his team, and I just thought, why not lead Jolteon? I'm pretty sure is what I thought here, because I outspeed his entire team. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. Let me just double check that. Well, we're going to find out. I either led Jolteon or Aggron here, I'm pretty sure. No, yeah, I led Jolteon, okay. So I led Jolteon as he leads his Clefable. I'm just going to Volt Switch here as he's going to put up his rocks. I do 45%, which tells me he's physically defensive Clefable, which does not surprise me, unaware physically defensive for SD Garchomp. I bring in my Tornadus as he puts up his rocks. I'm going to fire off a Sledge Wave here as he goes into his Arcanine. And he's going to show to be like a max specially defensive Arcanine here, as my Sledge Wave does 27%, which is jack shit. And so I'm going to switch into Porygon, that's right, yeah. My Porygon is he's going to Toxic me as I trace Flash Fire, which is weird that he wasn't Intimidate, but it was for Volcarona. I understood it after it happened. No, he Will-O-Wisp me, not Toxic me, that's right. So that was a good thing. I accidentally made a play. I didn't even realize at the time that he was Flash Fire until I traced it. But here I'm going to fire off a Toxic. I'm going to miss, but it doesn't matter because he goes into his Venusaur. He's going to Mega Evolve, and he's going to click Knockoff here as I go into my Aggron. And yeah, so the Knockoff does 7%. He's a standard defensive Venusaur, pretty much. And I'm just going to fire off a Heavy Slam here, I think. No, I put up my Rocks here as he puts up the Leech Seeds. And that's a problem. This is going to be a problem with all these stall things and Rocks up. I do not have a good... Tornadus is my out to this thing, and with Rocks up, that's not a good out. So I'm going to go into my Porygon as he makes a God Prediction and knocks off my Violite. So that's not good, especially for Behemoth. But he's going to miss a Leech Seed here as I'm going to recover up. I needed to start... I basically had to start making plays because I was getting dominated in this match by this stalling Venusaur. I just fire off an Ice Beam here to see what it's going to do. Confirms he's more specially defensive. Does not surprise me. As here I'm going to go into my Aggron again as he's going to fire off Leech Seeds again, I'm pretty sure. No, he knocks off here, that's right. And here I'm just going to... what do I do here? I don't remember. Oh, I'm going to Go-Goat, that's right. The Goat. The Goat hits the field. As he Leech Seeds me, I get the Sap Super Boost. And here I'm going to fire off a Zen Headbutt as he fires off a Sludge Bomb, which does nothing because Go-Goat is the Goat. Zen Headbutt does a clean 44, which is really, really good. He's kind of crippled. He has to switch. No big deal. As he goes into his Clefable, I'm just going to fire off another Zen Headbutt and do, like, -5 because Unaware is stupid. Here I'm going to fire off a Hornleech, I'm pretty sure. No, I go into Tornadus here, which is risky because he was probably packing Ice Beam. He's going to Moonlight up. Here I'm going to fire off... I'm going to double into Aggron, I'm pretty sure, as he goes into his Mega Venusaur. No, he goes into his Arcanine. What the hell do I do here? Oh, I just knock off. That's right, yeah. I need to get rid of those leftovers, but I end up getting rid of the Arcanine leftovers. Here I'm going to fire off a Sludge Wave as he E-speeds me and brings me really low, which was not good for me. Because I'm down to 26% now. I Sludge Wave the Arcanine, and he brings in the Behemoth, and I'm thinking, well, what do I sack? So I'll go into Porygon just to see what he's going to do to me. Here I had an oopsie moment. So I go to Porygon, and he does 50% with a Psychic. The way that I interpreted that was... Okay, so I made a lot of mistakes in this battle. The first one being that I automatically assumed this was max special attack, choice specs, modest Behemoth. So when the Psychic only did 50% without my Violite, I thought, oh, maybe the analytic doesn't pop when I switch or something because he's not technically attacking last. So here I make a huge misplay, and I'm going to fire off a Shadow Ball here and pretty much sack my Porygon as it does 24%, which should have been another indicator that he was not specs and I fucked up. But yeah, so I sacked my Porygon because I thought I wouldn't be able to outstall his Psychic, and I was fucking wrong because he's not max special attack modest choice specs. And so he's going to kill off my Porygon, which is my main wall to pretty much everything, so I'm fucked. And here I'm going to bring in my Garchomp. No, my Aggron, that's right. I'm going to, I don't know what I was doing here. I just kind of brought it in so I could start to phase things out, I think. So here I'm just going to fire off a Heavy Slam. 19% of Venusaur confirms that he's pretty much just a bulky Venusaur. Here I'm going to go into Hardened Tornado, expecting the Synthesis, as that's exactly what he does. Here I'm going to fire off a Hurricane, as he's going to go into his Clefable, I'm pretty sure. No, he goes into this fucker, that's right. And here's where I fuck up. Okay, I missed the Hurricane, which definitely mattered, because I would have been able to confidently click Knockoff here. But here I'm thinking, after I saw the damage on Porygon, I realized he wasn't Specs. And that's when I had realized... That's when I started getting the idea, okay, well, maybe he's like Colbur or something. Basically, I didn't even think of AV at the time, but he ends up being, you'll see in a second, or you probably have already seen, he's AV Behemoth. I didn't pick up on that at all. I thought he was max HP, max special defense, Colbur Berry for the longest time, which is why U-turn would have been really nice for this battle, because I could have clicked U-turn instead of having to risk the knockoff. He is not quite in range for a knockoff with a Colbur Berry yet. Had I hit the Hurricane, he would have been, and I would have been able to confidently click knockoff here. I don't. I'm going to switch into Aggron and basically sack my Aggron here, which is fantastic. He's going to click Psychic. I'm bad at this game. He gets the Spadef drop, which doesn't matter because I'm so low. He's gonna fire off a Thunderbolt and kill me. He didn't outspeed me. I clicked Dragon Tail there like a fucking choke artist. So here I'm going into Garchomp. I'm gonna kill off the Behemoth with Dragon Claw. I click Dragon Claw in case he wanted to go into Thundy, because I really need to stop Thundy from hitting the field. But he's gonna hit the field here because I don't have anything to stop it. So that's exactly what we're gonna see here as he brings in Thunderous. I'm going to go into the Goat here. No, I'll go into Jolteon as he fires off an HP Ice, and it does, like, negative damage. It does 25%. That's not that's, like, uninvested HP Ice. I was really confused. So here it goes into Mega Venusaurs. I'm going to Volt Switch out. And I'm going to bring in Garchomp, because Garchomp, with that crit, is in range to kill with Earthquake. Actually, this made it in range to kill with Dragon Claw. I didn't want... It was still a roll, though, so I'm going to click Earthquake here and kill off his Venusaur, but Garchomp picking up another kill. And here he's going to bring in his Clefable. I'm going to switch into Go-Goat, because Go-Goat is the GOAT, and it's going to wall this thing to hell and back. So that's what we're going to do. I'm at 44%. He fires off a Moonblast that does 16%. So here he's going to fire off an Ice Beam as I Horn Leech him. And his Ice Beam does 16% or 19%. It's beautiful. Go-Goat is the greatest monster, is the greatest Pokemon of all time. But so it's just going to go back and forth with me Horn Leeching and him Ice Beaming. For a few turns, every once in a while throwing in a Moonlight. I'm AV, so I can't like synthesize up or anything, but I'm just gonna keep Horn Leeching away, as Go-Go does not give a fuck. Best Pokemon, and it's just gonna go on like this for a few turns. It's a problem that he's able to Moonlight up on me because I'm not in range to kill Garchomp at the moment, but I don't have a choice. I just have to keep Go-Go doing his thing. So here I'm just gonna keep Horn Leeching. Eventually, I'm gonna bring him down low enough to bring in Garchomp, right? So he Ice Beams me. I'm going to Horn Leech again here, and I'm going to get my health back up to be able to take one more, but he's going to double into his Howlucha here, and this is where things go bad. So I Horn Leech, do 18%. I was thinking of Citrus Berry Howlucha for some reason. Once again, making unproven predictions. He's Power Herb Sky Attack, so Unburden pops. Half my team is crippled at this point. I still have, okay, so that proved, this is where, if he was Jolly, I lived this to hit 100%. If he was Adamant Max Attack, I have a 90, it was like an 87% chance to live this hit or something. Basically, he needed, no, it was a 75% chance to live this hit. He needed to get a 3/4 high roll to kill my Garchomp here. And if he didn't, I think I would have cleaned up this game. I think I would have, Garchomp would have died to Life Orb. But basically a max roll, I'm at 62, I believe. Max roll was 65. So he's going to fire off or with a high jump kick, that is. Acrobatics could not have killed me. So he's going to fire off a high jump kick. He connects the high jump kick. He kills me. Rough Skin doesn't matter. He's going to clean up at this point. Rough Game for sure. Didn't help with the roll. Didn't help with the Hurricane Miss. But those are beside the point. I played myself into this loss. As you're going to see, he's just going to clean up with Howlucha. Howlucha's going to pick up 4 kills on me. But basically, yeah, I played myself into a loss here. Yes, don't get me wrong, the high roll with Howlucha hurt. I think I still would have probably won that battle had it not been for the high roll, but that's beside the point. I shouldn't have assumed that he was Specs Behemoth without any proof. I shouldn't have assumed he was Colbur Behemoth with max HP, max special defense, because that doesn't make any sense. I shouldn't have assumed he was Citrus Berry Howlucha. Not that that would have made any difference, because it would have been the same outcome. But I made a lot of mistakes in this game. Taking U-turn off for taunt was a mistake in the end, although at the time it made more sense because of his team being very tauntable. I made a lot of mistakes in this game. Definitely not my proudest game. Shouldn't have unnecessarily sacked 2 months to be him. I played this game like absolute garbage, and I need to make sure I don't do that again. But yeah, that's our game. We're gonna follow the 2-2 on the season. This is not a good position. We have like a 3% chance to make playoffs in our conference now. It's really bad. There are 4 teams that are 3-1, which is really, one of them being Nick, one of them being Aki. I've lost to both of them, so that's not good for us. We're probably not gonna make playoffs this season. But I'm saying that in week 4. That's how tough this conference is. But that's all I have for you guys today, though. If you guys like the video, want to share your support, be sure to hit that like button in your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, subscribe to the enjoy the droplets today. You don't forget to share, be sharing is caring. Follow me on Twitter, busy to updates and stuff. You know, when videos come out, it's good in contact with me, and sometimes I'm kind of funny. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will speak to you soon. Peace out.